Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. Today we are going to continue talking about systems of equations. We're going to be looking at some story problems and writing equations and then solving them with our strategies we've learned last week. Let's start with a simple one. It says find the value of two numbers if their sum is 19 and their difference is 5. So let's set up what we want. Now, if it's me and I'm doing this problem, I'm going to start with my two variables. So x and y. So what do they stand for? Well, it says the value of two numbers. So again, this would just be number 1, and this will just be number 2. There's nothing else really going on here. We're just talking about two separate numbers. So now I'm going to write some equations with them. I'm looking for some totals. If I have totals, I'll be writing in standard form. So that's what I have. It says if their sum is 19, that's a total. That means my first equation, I'm looking for the sum equaling 19. And the sum means an addition problem. It means if I add them, I should get 19. And then the second one says their difference is 5. Well, that's an answer, 5. And difference means subtract the same two numbers. So I'm looking for two numbers. If I add them, I get 19. If I subtract them, I get 5. So I have a system of equations. So based on what we learned the other day, they can be added right now because I already have opposite coefficients here on the y's. They're going to cancel. So if I add these columns, I'll get 2x, and the y's cancel, and then equals 24. Now divide both sides by 2, and I have my first answer. X is going to be equal to 24 divided by 2, which is 12. Now that I know that x is 12, I can go back to whichever one I think looks easier, like 12 plus y equals 19, and I can solve for y, which would just be a minusing 12 on both sides. And now I know that y equals 7. So word problem, word answers. We don't have word answers yet. So it says find the value of the two numbers if their sum is 19, the difference is 5. Well, a good answer might be that the two numbers are 12 and 7. Words for word problems. So you can remember that, word answers for word problems. All right, let's try a little bit more realistic one. It says Michael is selling candy and gum for a fundraiser. Maybe you've done that for a school project or for a club you're in or sport event you're in. So on Monday, he sold 12 candy bars and 4 packs of gum for a total of $21. On Tuesday, he sold 10 candy bars and 4 packs of gum for a total of $18. What is the price of each candy bar, whoops, I can't spell, of each candy bar and pack of gum? So, again, let's start off with setup of variables. Let's just make x equal candy bars and y equal gum. And worst case scenario is you just know how to make a guess. A final answer would be maybe candy bars are $2 and gum is $1. So that would be an example of how to make a guess. And you could do that at this point if you don't know what you're doing. Especially if you're taking ISTEP or SAT or one of those kind of tests. Better to guess than to just leave it blank. So now let's set up some equations. So let's go back to our first total. That first total of $21. Let's talk about how we got it. All right, we got it by essentially adding the packs of gum and the candy bars. And since candy bars is x, let's do 12x. I sold 12 candy bars. And then added in the 4 packs of gum for a total of $21. And my second equation, my other total, 18. Let's talk about what it took to get those $18. So this would be Tuesday. Well, he sold 10 candy bars. Candy bars are X. And 4 packs of gum for a total of $18. So now we have our system of equations. So I see that right now we've got near opposites with the y's. I just have to subtract, not add. So subtract all the columns. 12 minus 10 makes 2x. 4y minus 4y cancels. And 21 minus 18 makes 3. Divide both sides by 2, and we get x equals 1.5. Now, since we're talking money, that means since x is candy bars, we're talking $1.50. And those again, oops, can't spell. Those would be the candy bars. Now let's do the gum. If we know that the candy bars cost $1.50, we can go back to either original equation. I'm going to pick the bottom one, it's got smaller numbers, and replace the x with 1.5 or $1.50. And we'll figure out how much we're going to spend then on the gum. So 10 times 1.5 turns out to be 15. Then I'll minus 15 on both sides. And 4y equals to 3. Divide both sides by 4. Now since it's money, we want decimals, not fractions. So 3/4 would be 0.75. So that means that the gum, we're talking 75 cents. All right, so again, we want to put that into a word answer. So we would say $1.50 for candy bars and 75 cents for packs of gum. All right, the setup's obviously the hardest part here. Once you get things set up, you guys seem to understand how to do the rest. But the setup's where the hard part is, so let me know if you have any help. You know how to find me. Good luck.